Welcome back. Now, this second mother-in-law is typical of many mother-in-laws we have. She was money hungry. Mother-in-laws, of course, need money. They have invested in your life, their whole life, and it's quite in line and it's quite in order for them to expect some certain return in their old age. Okay, that is normal, at least in my view. However, this one went overboard. But that was not the only problem. So let's just get on to the story so that you understand what I'm driving at. This time, it was the woman's mother. Yeah, the man's mother-in-law, mother of his wife. They were happily married. The marriage was holding strong. But since day one, the mother-in-law always wanted to interfere with the details of this marriage. Yeah, to her, she felt she should have full control over the marriage. Now, you know that couples already have enough challenges without a third party coming in. They already have enough, they already have to work hard enough to keep a marriage going without somebody coming from outside and throwing a spanner into the works. Yeah, and in this case, the mother-in-law. Now, you know how men behave. Yeah, they go out to have drinks, they come late. Men may have girlfriends outside, they may have funny things going on. That's normal with men. Yeah, talk to any married couple, vast majority of them have this challenge. But in my view, the bottom line is does this man love his wife? Yeah. Does this man take care of his family? Yeah. Is this man rude to the wife? Does he treat the wife like that? Those are the questions to ask. Now, in this particular marriage, the man really loved his wife. Yeah. He treated the wife very well. And indeed, a lot of these allegations which were aimed at him came into the marriage in a very funny way. Because of too much interference, or shall I call it the mother-in-law trying to micromanage her daughter's marriage, yeah, the mother-in-law started asking questions. Why does this guy come back so late? Are you sure that he's only drinking? Don't you think he's with some women? Etc., etc. Now, of course, the daughter tried to resist because she knew her mother-in-law very well. She tried to resist. But over time, it became too much. Now, there's something in life called wearing down, because we know that Samson did not want to give the secret to Delilah about where his strength came from his hair. But finally, he was worn down until he finally had to toboa kila kitu. He had to tell the secret. So in the same way, this woman was worn down. And after a while, she started being very suspicious of her husband. Okay? And this suspicion changed after a while into hatred. Folks, as I always tell you on this channel, propaganda works. If you repeat something enough times, finally it will hit home. People will believe it's the truth. So, to cut a very long story short, this relationship, which was very good, was completely destroyed by the mother-in-law. You know, women are emotional beings. Okay, they react and they behave with emotions. Yeah. Hence the popular expression, "Wacha umama." Loosely translated, stop being a woman. Yeah. Of course, there's nothing wrong with emotions, although it has its repercussions. But that's the way women are wired. Men are wired differently, also with their weaknesses. And so, although the mother-in-law did not suggest it, this woman decides that she's going to revenge on her husband. So what's the way to revenge? Have an affair of your own. And by the way, up to this particular point, the woman did not have concrete evidence that the husband was having an affair. And even if he was, at this point it was not affecting the marriage emotionally. He loved his wife, and his wife felt loved by the husband. Now, you know, when a woman has an affair, it's very different from when a man has an affair. Because when a woman has an affair, it's all emotional. She loves the guy. So the woman ends up having an affair, yeah, and to make matters worse, this affair, because the woman has children, the man even comes into the house when the husband is not in, and they sleep and have sex in the man's house, yeah, it happens. And so inevitably the husband finds out, and this is proof that whatever you want to say about this man, it was a bit different, yeah. He behaves very maturely over the whole issue. Okay, he's very hard, but he's determined to hold on to his marriage. He truly loves his wife and wants to hang on to the marriage. Yeah, he wants the marriage to work. He does not want his children to grow up into dysfunctional human beings who have been affected by a breakup in a marriage. And so he tries his best to forgive and move on. However, kumbe the woman is emotionally involved. And even as the husband is very desperately trying to save the marriage, kumbe the affair is still going on, clandestinely, yeah? Chini ya maji. The wife is still chatting with her lover online, okay? And of course, when a third party comes into any kind of relationship, it's just disaster, okay? Because what happens, if I can give you a very good example, the wife had a car, purchased, of course, by her husband, okay? So this boyfriend asks, how come, how come this car is registered in the name of the husband? Why? Why isn't it registered in your name? This guy is conning you. As they say, before you look at the speck in your brother's eye, you'd better remove the log in your own. Because this man she was having an affair with was married. And she was neglecting his wife. In the exchange on the telephone, sending photographs here and there, the man had actually sent a photograph of his daughter to this woman. Yeah. And, looking at the daughter, makamasi natoka kwa mapua, mucus trickling down the nose, shoddily dressed. This daughter was definitely not being taken care of. At least she was not being taken care of like her children. And here is the man criticizing another man in a marriage that is interfering with by having an affair with the wife. Maajabu haya, yeah, wonders of the world. And as you know, women are emotional. So all this propaganda takes effect. And it has a huge impact on the marriage. It has a huge impact on the relationship between the man and his wife. Okay? Of course, the man is not able to analyze and see all this until it's too late. Of course, the couple are still together. And of course, they're trying everything to repair the relationship. But it always all comes back down to the woman. Because the woman is an emotional being. Even simple issues of trust. The woman really used to trust her husband before. Now she doesn't. The husband tells her this. She doesn't trust it anymore. And the husband feels, of course, offended because he's no longer trusted. And the person who no longer trusts him is not to be trusted either because she went off and had an affair with another man. And even slept with a man under the roof of their house. Had passionate sex right under the same roof where these two people, where man and wife live. Yeah, the man actually invaded nyumba ya wenyewe. But if you look at this sad story, it all started with the mother-in-law. The mother-in-law has succeeded in crushing, ruining a marriage that should otherwise have been a happy marriage. Whatever problems they went through, assuming the husband was unfaithful, whatever, the two should have sat down and sorted it out between the two of them without a third party. The minute you introduce a third party, whether it's the mother-in-law or a lover, that marriage is finished. That is just the truth. Now, I'm going to finish this recording with something very sick that I'm going to tell you that is true. Okay? You remember I told you at the beginning that this mother-in-law really loved money. So, it is emerging that in the mind of the mother-in-law, yeah, what she wanted was a divorce. And she knew that in case there was going to be a divorce, with the current laws in Kenya, the man would have to surrender some big amount of money to the wife for upkeep. And she knew she was the one who was going to be handling the money. Yeah, because she was very close to her daughter. Yeah. And so she did not care about the future of the children. She did not care about her daughter's happiness. She cared about money. It was all about money. Now that is the saddest story I've ever heard. The saddest story I've ever heard. I hope that mothers-in-law listening to this will learn something. That when your child gets married, son or daughter, you have to learn how to let go, no matter how you suffered in raising them up. Yeah? You have to forget about being money hungry. And your priority should be the happiness of your child. Yeah? If you're very selfish by nature and you're still thinking of yourself and your own happiness and your own welfare, and how you're going to get money for yourself, it is extremely sad, and I can only call it devilish. I'm sorry, I can't find any other way of calling it, classifying it. This is straight from hell, from the devil himself. Until next time, this is Kumekucha.